All right, welcome back, everybody. Now, today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be talking about communication devices. And this time, we won't be talking about cell phones, which are my favorite communication and tech device in the whole world. Basically, what we're going to be talking about are these type of communication devices. Why would you need those types? There's a lot of reasons, and we're going to get into it. And I'm also going to be talking about the differences between these radios and others, and what you are going to want to pick if you want to get something like that to keep your butt out of jail. So, don't go away. I am going to keep this video short, okay? I know you guys don't like long videos, and I've seen on the algorithms in YouTube that most people don't like long videos, so I want to try to keep this short and sweet. We're talking about a way to communicate with friends and family without using your cell phone, and again, the only real way to do it, unless you have a wired landline, old-fashioned telephone, is with two-way radios such as these right here. And the thing you need to be aware of are there are several different types of radios that you can purchase. And the crazy part is, especially like if you go to Amazon or you buy it off the internet, a lot of times they won't tell you, hey, don't get this radio unless you are going to get a license or unless you have a license. You could go to jail. They don't tell you that. They just want you to buy the radio. That's basically where I found myself when I wanted to make this video. And the first radio I purchased was this one right here. And it is a Tenway. Tenway is basically a generic name for a group of radios made by one Chinese firm. And they sell their product to other places that put their own name on it, so on and so forth. This radio here, in order to use it, you need to have a license to use this from the FCC. The other radio I have that we're going to discuss is a Baofeng, Baofeng, Baofeng. This is a radio signal slash walkie-talkie that does not require any type of license in order to use this. How do we know if we're going to be legal or not? Well, here comes the boring part, but it's going to explain everything. There are basically three types of radios that you can purchase, which, and when we're talking about three types of radios, what we're talking about are three types of radio signals and their power strength, okay? You got to keep under 2 watts in order to be legal. If you go above that, you better have a license. So, the very first type of radio is called FRS. That stands for Family Radio Service. It's basically standard walkie-talkies like we used to remember when we were kids. You know, you'd get for Christmas, blah, blah, blah. Today's walkie-talkies, though, you can get for cheap, like 15, 20 bucks, and they will work great. Like if you're in a hunting group or whatever, these are nice radios to carry around with you. You know, they'll reach out about 2 miles, and that's pretty good, you know, for what you might need, like, again, for like hunting, backpacking, around the house, you know, they work great. You don't need a license or a permit for the FRS style walkie-talkies, and they broadcast, or their power level is, it starts at point about a half a watt, and it goes up to its maximum of 2 watts. Usually a range of about 2 miles, and uses either UHF and or VHF frequencies. Now you're going to hear a lot about UHF, VHF, FM frequencies, and others. But again, as long as you stick with a radio like this, that is an FRS, you're going to be fine. Now the second one we're going to talk about are GMRS. Okay, that stands for General Mobile Radio Services. These do require a license to operate, and that is this one right here, the Tenway. The power range for these are up to 50 watts. And again, that is one of the reasons you need a license, because these will broadcast a very focused signal. Well, not really focused, it spreads out. But I mean, these things will go, I mean, it's up to 50 watts, and it will, you can, in my testing, I've tested it about 15 miles away from home, and I had no problems talking to whoever was helping me test it. Again, if you can get the license, this is the radio I recommend. No, hands down, don't even mess around. Get this one. Last but not least, it's called MURS. MURS, that stands for Multi Use Radio Service. This also does not require a license. Now, the maximum output of that, again, 2 watts. These are able to program radio channels. So, this, I guess, could be considered a MURS because you can program channels into this. They're mostly used for businesses, like where I worked at when I had my second stroke and I couldn't work no more. We actually used radios like what I have back there. I liked the radios we had at work so much, I went out and purchased 2 from eBay for my own use at home. They work great. Now, of course, I wouldn't be able to talk to people at work because they are programmed on different channels. And basically, when you purchase them, you have them programmed. And that's what they did. And they are a closed program. Nobody else can get in on the channels that are on them. And those are another really good radio. But again, 2-mile range. So, for hunting and stuff, honestly, one of these work great. They'll do the job. They got a 2-mile range as long as there are no big mountains. When I say about no licensed radios, those radios have to stay under 2 watts. Any higher requires a license from the FCC for it. CB radios. Now, CB radios fall under a completely different class of radios. They do and they don't. The thing about CB radios are, as long as you have them in your vehicle in a mobile device with a standard CB antenna, it doesn't require a license for you to use them. Where you get into the issues with CB radios and you have to get a radio transmit license in order to use them from the FCC is when you put that radio in your house. Okay, it's now a stationary radio system, and then you also put a bigger antenna up on a pole, or you run a wire up a tree and get that antenna up there so it really stretches out. And they also make power boosters that you can put attached to your radio, which increases the output or the broadcast signal. And I don't know if it helps to bring in signals. I think the antenna does all that. But again, if you boost your power to broadcast, again, past 50 watts or past 2 watts, again, now you're looking at getting in trouble. And believe me, they really crack down on these people who are ham radio operators at home with these. So they got the little mic and they pretend like they got their own radio station, the whole 9 yards. Again, I said I wanted to keep this short and to the point. Now, I'm going to get over all my information I've written down. Then we're going to go over these couple radios I have here. It's not cut and dry as far as the information I'm going to give you because I am not an expert. I'm very, very new to the whole radio, two-way radio system. I mean, I had a set of walkie-talkies basically all my life. But in order to get more professional radios, now's where you start getting into, is it, legal? Am I skirting legal? All of that. So, again, take everything I'm telling you with a grain of salt. Yeah, and like I said, I just wanted to get that out before you guys comment below. Not you guys, but a couple people will, but you got this wrong, you got that wrong. I'm not an expert, guys. Oh, pricing. I'm going to try to give you guys pricing. I'm going to put links below. Now, these prices may have changed. So, again, it could be cheaper. It could be more expensive. But these radios right here are very cheap. $20, $20 to $30. These ones are a little more expensive. I think I paid $59 for the pair. Again, you're getting a lot with this radio. But again, you also need a license legally to use this radio. Earpieces and mics. I wanted to talk about that. If you guys look, you'll notice in this one here, it's got a little jack. Now, it had a doorway on it, but I actually cut it off because it was sticking out when I would put this on it, okay? And you can actually buy these on Amazon, and depending on how your jack is set up, it'll work in any radio that will take this style of jack. And basically, you just flip open the doorway and you plug this in like that, and then make sure it's the whole way in because it actually snaps like that. You'll feel it snap in. Now you actually have like a CB radio, two-way, where you push a button and this here will actually clip onto your shirt, coat, whatever on the back. Okay, I wanted to bring that up. Recharging stands. This type of radio, this one here came with an actual stand that the radio sits in and keeps it charged up 100%, so when you need it the most, it's going to be at its fully charged position. So you don't have to worry about it running out of battery when you need it the most. This one here, no. It takes AA batteries. It does say that they recommend rechargeable AA batteries. They do have AA batteries that are rechargeable, okay? I wish they would have made it with a built-in battery system, just like the other radio had, and a stand that you could just set it on and charge it. It's okay to buy rechargeable AA batteries and throw in it, and then just, plug it in and keep it plugged in with its USB Type-C plug-in port. That's fine. It'll work that way. But to have it in its little stand that keeps the radio upright and ready to go, you could actually use the radio in its stand with the mic and not even have to clip it. So for a home use radio, like say I was out and about, my wife was at home, I would talk to her. She wouldn't even have to pick the radio up out of the stand. Just pick the mic up and talk back or call me or whatever. Antennas. This antenna here on this radio is built on. It is permanently attached. You cannot remove it. You cannot replace it. This one here, though, is not. And right now I have the shorter antenna on it. You guys can see how long that antenna is. I think it's like 7 or 8 inches long. My other antenna for this radio actually reaches out about 26 inches. It is a big antenna. It is made to extend the range of this radio. And again, these are really nice radios. Again, I can highly recommend it. Now, the one I have its brand is actually Icom, I-C-O-M. Yes, Icom was in the news for some shady dealings going on over in the Middle East, where one country or where one organization attacked another organization by intercepting a bunch of those radios and doing a little special sauce to them. And yeah, I'm going to stay out of that. That's a messy topic, and I'm staying way out of it. But needless to say, that company's not even in business anymore. And I've heard a lot of people say they're not very good radios. Now, I've had mine for years and years and years, and it's worked fine. Is it the clearest? Does it have the best distance? And, no, it doesn't. But it does work. It does do the job. And they are heavy made, and they last. So I will say that. Can I recommend you go out and find a used one somewhere and get it? I'd stay away from them. Unless you can get a really, really old one that was bought and sold here in the USA years ago, I would stay away from them. Just saying. Just saying. All right, guys, I hope I gave you enough information on these radios. If you have any questions, comment below. I'll try to answer them. Again, I am not an expert when it comes to two-way radios. Now, in this day and age, it's essential, in my opinion, that you have a set of two-way radios. Even something as simple as this. Garmin makes a nice one that has the two-way radio built in, and it has a GPS system built into it. Man, that's awesome. I wouldn't mind having one of them, but they cost around $550, and that's for one. That's just for one. You don't get a matching pair. But again, I just wanted to make that disclaimer that, guys, again, I am not an expert, and I am as new to this as most of you out there. I guarantee you, most of you who watch this video know way more about two-way radios than I do. But as I said, I'm getting into this because, well, just the way things are today, I think it's just a good idea to have another form of communication besides the trusty old cell phone. Okay? You never know. You never know. All right. I think that's it. I think I said everything I wanted to say. I don't think that there's anything else I wanted to get out there. If you guys have any ideas for any other videos you may want me to make, comment below. I'll try. Again, hopefully this year things are going to turn around for the world, and I'll be able to afford to go out and start purchasing products for reviewing like I was doing before, and things will start picking up. But again, I'm always open for suggestions, so make sure you guys comment below. All right, the last thing I want to bring up. I have a very dear friend who has a YouTube channel. The channel's called Randy's Rhythm. He is actually giving away an all-solid wood guitar. And this is no Chinese-made guitar. It is a Yamaha, okay? And I will say I've already heard the guitar, and I would be happy to own it. Well, he is having a giveaway, and he is giving that guitar away. And I'm going to tell you what, guys. You don't have to jump through any hoops to get in on the giveaway. Just watch his video and say what he tells you to say at the end of the video. It's that simple. He's going to have the giveaway before Christmas, so you could actually get a really nice, all solid wood Yamaha guitar for yourself. So that's awesome. Randy's doing that, and Randy, if you're watching the video, I hope I win. No, I'm just kidding. If you go over to his channel and you get in on that giveaway, I'm wishing you the best of luck. So, all right, I can't think of anything else I wanted to go over. Man, I've really got to come up with some kind of different recording system for I've been using Audacity and my PreSonus audio box USB 96 attached to a very high quality microphone running on a single cable split for 2 channels, so I can run stereo. I haven't had any issues with it, but lately it seems like Audacity, every time it starts up, it'll run for say 30 seconds and then just lock up. And I finally got it to work. I had to change a setting in it that I don't normally even touch, but who knows? I don't know. They do update Audacity once in a while, and that may have been what happened. I don't know. So, all right, guys, I'm yakking again. Please forgive me. I promise you I'm going to let you go this time. So, awesome radios. I explained everything about the different styles. Go get yourself one. They're perfect for an emergency use. That's all I have. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.